Radio Lewes. Local webcasting for a worldwide audience.
Hello. You're listening to Radio Lewes, where the music matters. My name's Steve Brooks, and this, incredibly, is Vapour Trails Live.
Well, there's nothing I can tell you that you don't already know. I'd like to tell you something, but I won't. Oh, I'm not gonna waste my time revealing to you. I got much better things to do. Like walking, talking, singing to myself. Walking through the country, just love. Diving ring of fun hills, blazing on the grass. Entertaining myself for hours. Well, I'm fed up with smoke, and I'm through July's. Fed up with dirty tales too. I wanna hear about your money, or hear about your wife. I got much better things to do. Like walking, talking, and singing to myself. Walking through the country, kind of fun. Diving ring of fine hills and blazing on the grass. Entertaining myself for hours. Like walking and talking and singing to myself. Walking through the country, kind of fun. Diving ring of fine hills, blazing on the grass. Entertaining myself for hours. Well, there's nothing I can tell you that you don't already know. I'd like to tell you something, but I won't. Oh, I'm not gonna waste my time with you. I got much better things to do. Like walking and talking and singing to myself. Walking through the country, kind of fun. Diving ring of the fine hills and blazing on the grass. Entertaining myself for hours. Walking and talking and singing to myself. Walking through the country, kind of fun. Diving ring of the fine hills and blazing on the grass. Entertaining myself for hours. Entertaining myself for hours. Entertaining myself for hours.
Yeah, that was the Men They Couldn't Hang there from 1985, was it? 84? Someone tell me.
Don't ask me.
Right, it's from the first album, anyway, Walking, Talking, yeah. And we are live. Very first time Vapour Trails has gone live. And the reason is because the Men They Couldn't Hang are playing tonight in Lewes at the Con Club. And we've been joined in the studio by Phil Odgers.
Phil Odgers, or Swill, everyone calls me.
Phil Swill, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant to see you.
I do. Cheers, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, it's just amazing. And 35 years.
Yeah, I don't know where it's all gone.
No.
And we still look like such youngsters.
Yes.
You
feel like youngsters as well sometimes.
Yeah, because also in the studio is Alan that came down earlier. We've recorded a show for next week on live tracks, and one of the ones we talked about was the Men that we both saw together for the first time in about 85, supporting the Redskins.
Oh, yeah.
And
Kilburn National Ball.
Yeah, that's a great night.
Yeah, because what we remember from that is that a bit of paper got passed to the lead singer of the Redskins.
Yeah.
And it just said, "We've drunk all the beer." And that was from you guys.
Yeah, I think I remember something like that.
Yeah. And what I made amazed about that at the time was that when I was waiting at the bar, there was Shane McGowan and the drummer from the Pogues as well, because it was all kind of seen as some big thing that was going on at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, everyone was sort of hanging out together, and everyone was exactly as you say. They're all going to each other's gigs. It was very much a kind of social thing as well. Really.
Yeah. So, did you kind of set out to do that as?
No, I mean, it was weird. It's one of those things that just kind of all fell into place, kind of accidentally. There was no real plan there, I don't think. We were watching the Pogues when they just started. Kush knew them and had he did a bit of roading with them at one stage, and we were busking down in Hammersmith in the subway, me and Kush, and we just got an offer to go and do. Firstly, we got an offer to do this alternative country festival, at the Electric Ballroom,
right,
and that had all the bands you can think of from that time. There was the Pogues, Shillelagh Sisters, us, many more. That was kind of like almost like the first thing that first big thing that gathered all those bands together, and most of the bands we were all swapping band members, you know, so we were in 2 or 3 bands, and all sharing all the equipment that was there, you know. So and then it just went on from there really. And shortly after that, we got to meet Elvis Costello, and he put us on. He came to one of our gigs at the Clarendon in Hammersmith, and he put us on for a month of Sundays. Supporting him every Sunday for a month.
Right, and is that where the album came from after that then?
Yeah, so
9,000 Candles.
Yeah. So he had his own label, Imp, you know, and Demon Records were all tied in together there. So I think actually it was Phil Chevron, who wasn't in the Pogues at the time.
That's true, yeah.
So he knew Elvis. I think there was some songwriting connections there, and he introduced Elvis to us, and you know, us to Elvis, and. So we ended up making an album, and in fact that was Walk and Talking was one of the first things we did. Walk and Talking was going to be the first single,
right?
But it was Elvis Costello said, no, you can't do Walk and Talking because it could end up being a hit record, and he said, it could end up being, and then you'd be expected to sound like that for everything you do.
Right.
So he said, let's do the Green Fields of France because we were playing and he said that won't be a hit. So it was almost like deliberately not having a kind of like this was such a thing.
That's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
It was such fun. But then it was like the biggest selling indie single at the time, and it was in the charts for 6 months. And 7.5-minute anti-war folk song. You know.
Costello, what does he know?
Who is he?
I don't know. What's he doing these days? I don't know. But it was a fantastic album. I think it was a brilliant kind of start to things. Yeah. And I think we're going to play another song while we catch our breaths.
Yeah.
But Phil was very kindly coming with a ukulele. and it's going to give us a little performance. Yeah, there you go. A little performance. So I think we'll do a song from the Men.
Yeah.
And we're going to do, I think, probably the most relevant one at the moment, I
Probably
think,
right
to be
now,
honest, without getting too political on it, but this is The Ghost of Cable Street.
England 1936, the grip of the Sabbath day. In London town, the only sound is a whisper in an alleyway. Men put on their gloves and boots, have a smoke before they go. From the west, there is a warning of a wind about to blow. Like seas are marching to the east, as is Mosley with his men. Dressed in the clothes of deepest black, like a gathering hurricane. This is the British Union with its flag of black and red. A flag that casts a shadow the sound of marching feet and the voices of the ghosts of Cable Street. Vicious stones and battles and the gun. With courage we shall beat those black shirts down. So mile by mile they come on down to a place called Cable Street. Another men are waiting there, preparations are complete. Mosley comes so close they now can see his outstretched arm. A hand raised up that way never took the future in his palm. Listen to the sound of marching feet and the voices of the ghosts of Cable Street. Vicious stones and batons and the gun. the sound of marching feet and the voices of the ghosts of Cable Street. Fists, stones, batons, and the gun. With courage we shall beat those black shirts down.
Oh, that took me back as well there. From How Green is the Valley.
That's right.
Goes to Cable Street. Oh, brilliant, yeah. And now, Phil, should we let you loose with the ukulele?
Yeah, okay.
What would you like to do for us, mate?
I'm just trying to think. I think I'm going to do this one, which is called The Desert Has 1,000 Eyes, and it's based on the Men de Conang did a tour of Egypt, which was kind of a real experience.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, really strange. So we played in Cairo, Alexandria, Port Said, and a couple of other places, and it was just not what we expected. You know, we expected we'd probably be playing to some Brits that lived out there, and would come along for that reason. But we ended up playing to all these young Egyptian kids, and it was really wild.
Yeah.
You know, and so for this one, if I get, I'm stalling because I'm trying to remember the chords. I've only just finished it, but so we played in Port Said, and it was weird because the power for the stage, which was the back of a truck, was all from the street lights. They just unscrewed the bulbs, put the power in there, and it kept tripping all the time. Yeah. And this part of this song is that on the Suez Canal there by Port Said is where the Statue of Liberty was meant to be. And so the guy who designed the Statue of Liberty designed it to be there as a welcome, into Egypt, and it didn't happen. So he used that design, and they eventually became the Statue of Liberty. So there's a little bit about that in there.
I never knew that.
On the Ishmael Desert Road, from Port Said to Cairo, it's a 3-hour drive from the 3 green domes. As the sun beats down, we're melting on the high road, sticking to our seats, boiling in our bones. Out in the sand, what do I see? A vision calling out to me, and the desert has 1,000 eyes on me. Through fields of reeds, whiskey and guitar, Art Deco dreams down by the old canal, where Lady Liberty will bring her lights of furrow from the great green sea to the golden door. Out in the sand, what do I see? A vision calling out to me, and the desert has 1,000 eyes on me. And the desert has 1,000 eyes on me. And the desert has 1,000 eyes on me.
Absolutely
Brilliant.
Cheers.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. Amazing. Sends shivers down your spine, don't you, reading it? Yeah, that's not the usual feeling I get in here, quite frankly.
That's normally the heating that does that.
No. So anyway, give Phil's voice a rest. Play a bit more from The Men That Couldn't Hang. This one, actually, I had on a mini CD, like tiny little thing.
Oh, yeah. I know the one you mean.
Yeah, so, and it was the first CD thing I had. I think.
Okay.
And I know, Phil, you had a copy and you lost it.
That's absolutely right. That's how I know it is, yeah. So, the little mini CD, and I had an upright CD player, and as soon as I shut the door, that little mini CD just fell inside the mechanism of the machine and never came out again.
Gone forever.
Yes. Worth a fortune, that one, apparently. Right. This is Rain, Steam, Speed.
Blow cold, steam is the burn, speed is the way the world turns round. Rain is the cold, steam is the burn, speed is the way the world turns round. Rain is the cold, steam is the burn, speed is the way the world turns round. Rain is the cold, steam is the burn, speed is the way the world turns round.
Yeah, you're listening to Vapour Trails live from Radio Lewes, and we're joined in the studio by Swill from Men That Couldn't Hang.
Hey.
It's been amazing so far. And yeah, that was Rain, Steam and Speed from the Silvertown album. And yeah, I mean, we were just talking about your back catalogue, which is pretty huge.
Yeah.
The fact that you're still making stuff as the Men That Can Hang, and also gives us a chance to talk about your solo stuff as well.
Yeah.
You know, and the stuff you do with Paul as well. It's just, you know, it's...
So, I mean, the Men That Couldn't Hang back catalogue is pretty vast now, and we've been quite prolific. And yeah, as you say, so in addition to that, most of us, well, all of us really have our offshoot projects as well, so we can do other things. So it's been a lot of collaborations between myself and Paul. Yeah. And, Paul's based down here in Brighton, and he does, so him and Naomi Bedford, have their, I think they're on their third album now. And I've been working on this Uke Town project, as I call it. So I got a ukulele just over a year ago, and just to bring on holiday, really, and fell in love with that. So I've written 18 songs on a ukulele, and that's been my it's been driving me for the last 12 months. Not helped by the fact that Pledge Music collapsed with all of my funding.
Yes,
But so we're continually writing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you got the hang of that ukulele now.
I think I nearly got the hang of it, where you've done one. That was just by luck.
Well, the thing is, what I was going to play is... because you have actually requested a song for Vapour Trails as well, which I was really chuffed with, which was Chris Christopherson's Sunday Morning Coming Down. Yeah. Which
you did one on drinking, I think.
That's right, yes. Imagine that. Yeah.
Really? What a subject to have.
Yeah. Especially I wasn't drinking at the time. Anyway, so I've got a copy of that, you doing it solo. Where did that come about?
Funnily enough, it's kind of roundabout. But so my brother-in-law calls himself Wildcat O'Malley. Right. He calls himself Wildcat because he's a massive Gene Vincent fan, like obsessive Gene Vincent fan. And he told me about a version of Sunday Morning Coming Down that Gene Vincent did. Right. And I think there's only one recording of it, really rare, from a live concert in France, I think it was. And so I listened to that, and then I thought, wow, the lyrics and everything. So then I went to Chris Christopherson, well, he's the guy who wrote it, and I heard that. I mean, I've also heard the Johnny Cash version, which I must say, I'm a big Johnny Cash fan, but not a fan of his version of that song. No,
it doesn't quite work as well as Chris Christopherson's.
No, it's a serious song. It's a very, very serious song. So I listened to Chris Christopherson, and I've watched videos of him performing it, and it's like he's lived the life of that song, So I just think it's an incredible song, and I thought I'd have a go at it.
Well, I woke up Sunday morning with no way to hold my head that didn't hurt. And the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one for dessert. And I fumbled through my closet for my clothes and found my cleanest dirty shirt. Then I shaved my face and combed my hair, stumbled down the stairs to greet the day. Well, I'd smoked my brains last night on cigarettes, the songs that I've been picking. And I light my first and look outside at some kid and the can that he's been kicking. And I cross the empty street, I get the Sunday smell of someone cooking chicken. takes me back to something that I lost somehow, somewhere along the way. On a Sunday morning sidewalk, wishing, Lord, that I was stoned. 'Cause there's something about a Sunday makes the body feel alone. There ain't nothing short of dying half as lonesome as the sound on a sleeping city sidewalk. Sunday morning coming down. In the park I saw a daddy and his laughing little girl he was swinging. And I stopped outside a Sunday school just to listen to the songs that they were singing. Headed back for home, and somewhere far away a lonely bell was ringing. And it echoed through the canyon like a lost and distant dream of yesterday. On a Sunday morning sidewalk, wishing, Lord, that I was stoned. 'Cause there's something about a Sunday makes a body feel alone. There ain't nothing short of dying half as lonesome as the sound on a sleeping city sidewalk. Sunday morning coming down.
Oh, that's flipping good, isn't it? Can I say that live?
No, you can't.
I can't.
Hang on a minute, you have.
Okay, right, okay. No, that was lovely, Phil. That was brilliant. But, and yeah, I actually noticed you've had some water now, and you have volunteered to do another song.
Yeah,
so
do another one.
Do you want to just talk us through it first, and then play it, and then I'll just sit here in awe.
Okay. I'll still be a little horse. It's been so to put it in perspective, why I'm a little horse is so we did 2 nights in Bristol. Last night was the second of those 2 nights, but in between we celebrated Paul's birthday, and so it was a very, very long night.
Yeah,
we're all right now. A bit like that song, really, just there.
Yeah.
So this is one that I was. I've been working on, and it's got to be on my Uke Town album. And so this one is kind of inspired by. I love old horror films and sci-fi and stuff. This makes a big reference to Night of the Living Dead, George Romero film, and also things like Planet Nine from Outer Space and various things like that. But sort of making a reference to kind of comparing a sort of jaded rock and roller to a zombie, I suppose. It's called The Ghost of Rock and Roll. Cross his palm with silver, cross his palm with gold, cross his palm with powder, Mr. Rock and Roll. He's prowling like a wolf, he's howling at the moon, and the spirit of his former self staggers round your room. He's come to steal your heart, he's come to steal your soul. He's high, high, and he's low, low, low. He's coming to get you, Barbara, the ghost of rock and roll. Gonna never stop, gonna do voodoo, pull your strings, do awful things. When he catches you, he'll snatch your body, put a under your bed. He can take on any form and get inside your head. He's come to steal your heart. He's come to steal your soul. He's high, 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 and he's low, low, low. He's coming to get you, Barbara, the ghost of rock and roll. We'll drain you of your blood, prey upon your mind, walking, stalking, disinterred, following Plan 9 from outer space, one step beyond the twilight zone. The spirit of his former self will stagger around your home. He's come to steal your heart. He's come to steal your soul. He's high, 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 and he's low, low, low. He's coming to get you, Barbara, the ghost of rock and roll. Ghost of rock and roll. Ghost of rock and roll.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so much,
Cheers.
Phil. Thank you so much for coming in. That's brilliant. So, yeah, we're just, I think we're going to wrap it up soon because
Yes.
Phil needs to get back for the sound check and I've got to do the rest of the band. Are they queuing up?
Yeah, they should be outside. and hang on, I can hear that next pint of Guinness calling my name.
Yes, right, fair enough. But yes, and so doors open at 7:30 tonight.
Yep.
And there are a few spaces left, I believe.
Yeah, there's. I think there's a few tickets left, but
Yeah.
I expect it will sell out. But
Yeah.
I think people get along.
Yeah,
with the time.
no,
Yeah.
fantastic. So if you are in two minds, yeah, well worth it. Absolutely brilliant. So we're going to leave with the song Colours. And while I get a selfie with Phil, which obviously doesn't work well on the radio. Got to try, innit? Got to try. Right.
Colours is very relevant to Lewes, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, yes,
I think that's
absolutely.
that's the reason
Yeah.
you
It's
chose
a shame you didn't come down a couple of weeks ago, but there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Anyway, we're going to leave you with this. Men They Couldn't Hang on Colours, and yeah, we'll see you again for another Vapour Trails Live, maybe.
I am a member of the Council of the Naval Mutiny. I know traitor to my conscience, having done my sworn duty. These are my last words before the scaffold, and I charge you all to hear how a wretched British sailor became a citizen mutineer, pressed into service to carry powder. I was loyal to the crack of the whip. If I starved on the streets of Bristol, I starved worse on a British ship. Red is the colour of the new republic. Blue is the colour of the sea. White is the colour of my innocence. Not surrender to your mercy. I was woken from my misery by the words of Thomas Paine. On my barren soil they fell like the sweetest drops of rain. Red is the colour of the new republic. Blue is the colour of the sea. White is the colour of my innocence. Not surrender to your mercy. So in the spring of the year we took the fleece, every sail and cannon and compass sheets, and we flew a Jacobin flag to give us heart. While Brits stood helpless, we were waiting for Bonaparte. Red is the colour of the new republic. Blue is the colour of the sea. White is the colour of my innocence. Now surrender to your mercy. All you soldiers, all you sailors, all you labourers of the land, all you beggars, all you
Radio Lewes. Local webcasting for a worldwide audience.